you all on the online platform of Satyam Shivam Sundaram group of institution. Dear students, I hope that now you all are comfortable with online classes. Dear all, without wasting our time, we shall continue to our topic. In previous classes, we studied up to assimilation. Sorry, we study up to emulsification. We study up to emulsification. That means food enters into the small intestine. After entering it, the wall of intestine contain glands. The wall of intestine contain glands. The wall of small intestine contain glands, and that glands is known as what? Intestinal glands. Intestinal glands. And that intestinal glands produce intestinal juice. That intestinal gland produce what? That intestinal gland produce intestinal juice. Intestinal juice. And that intestinal juice, or it is also known as succus intricus. It is also known as what? Succus intricus. Contain enzymes like peptidase, sucrase, maltase, and lactase. So peptidase so peptidase works upon peptides and it converts into amino acid. Sucrase works upon sucrose and it converts sucrose into glucose and fructose. And maltose is converted into glucose with the help of enzyme maltase, and lactose is converted into glucose and galactose with the help of lactase. Now the final digestion product of carbohydrate is glucose. The final digestion of protein is amino acid, and the final digestion of fat is fatty acid and glycerol. So in a small intestine, the complete complex nutrient break down into soluble substances like glucose. That means complete digestion process occurs inside a small intestine. Now after it converted into soluble form, that soluble molecules of food are taken through the wall of a small intestine. That means a small intestine absorb that soluble molecules of food. That means inner wall of a small intestine contain many finger like projection, and that finger like projection is known as villi. That finger like projection is known as what? Villi. And that villi increases the surface area for absorption, and the blood capillaries in the villi contain blood absorb that soluble nutrients. After absorption, that blood carries digested food from a small intestine to all parts of the body in every cell for respiration, and this process is known as what? Assimilation. This process is known as assimilation. Now the excess food that is not used stored in the liver in the form of glycogen, in the form of glycogen. Now next process is egestion. Next process is what? Egestion. So in egestion process, what happens inside egestion means the undigested food from a small intestine passes to the large intestine. Here it is passes to the large intestine. Large intestine have also three parts: cecum, colon, and rectum. Cecum is a small port lies between a small and large intestine. Here it is cecum is a small port lies between large intestine and a small intestine. It's having a tubular outgrowth. And that tubular outgrowth is known as vermiform appendix. Vermiform appendix. And the colon is the longest inverted shape part. Here maximum water is absorbed from the undigested food and then undigested food converted into fecal matter, and rectum is the last part of large intestine, which is broader than colon. Here the feces is stored for some time. Temporary, the fecal matter is stored, or the undigested waste is stored for some time, and it is eliminated through an opening, and that opening is known as anus, and it is guarded by anal sphincter. So students, this is all about the section of nutrition in animals. Next topic we will study in the next classes. Thank you students, have a nice day.